Let me start with something uncomfortable, but also kind of funny. Have you ever looked at your own life and thought, wow, I really have a talent for repeating the same mistake, just with different people, jobs, or situations? Like, you promise yourself, never again that kind of relationship, never again that kind of friend, never again that kind of boss. And yet, 6 months later, surprise, same drama, same stress, same emotional exhaustion, just a new face. So today we're talking about why your brain keeps falling for toxic patterns, even when you know better. And no, this is not a "you're broken" story. This is a "your brain is doing exactly what it learned to do" story. And once you understand this, a lot of your past decisions will suddenly stop looking stupid and start looking logical. Let's clear one thing up right away. Your brain does not care if you're happy. Yeah, I said it. Your brain's main job is survival, not joy, not peace, not healthy love, not emotional stability. Survival. And here's the weird part. Your brain defines safe as familiar, not healthy, not good for you, just familiar. If chaos, inconsistency, emotional distance, or stress showed up early in your life, your brain learned, oh, this is normal. So when you're older, calm situations don't feel safe. They feel boring, suspicious, too quiet. Your brain goes, why is no one yelling? Why is no one ignoring me? Something is wrong. That's how toxic patterns sneak back in wearing a familiar face. Let's talk about attraction for a second. Have you noticed how toxic situations often feel intense? The highs are high. The lows are devastating. Your heart is racing. Your stomach is doing gymnastics. And your brain goes, this must be important. But intensity is not connection. Intensity is usually uncertainty. Your brain releases dopamine not when you get love, but when you might get love. That's why waiting for a text feels stronger than actually getting it. Chasing feels more exciting than stability. Being ignored hurts, but also weirdly pulls you in. Your brain loves the possibility, not the reality. It's basically emotional gambling. And your brain is like, just one more try. Maybe this time it'll pay off. Here's a real-life example. Someone who replies late, sometimes warm, sometimes cold. One day they're all in, next day they disappear. That inconsistency creates dopamine spikes. Your brain goes into detective mode. What did I do wrong? How do I fix this? What if I say the perfect thing? You're not falling for them. You're falling for the pattern. Your brain becomes addicted to solving the emotional puzzle. And toxic patterns are full of puzzles. Now let's talk about childhood for a moment, without blaming parents, without drama. Your early experiences taught your brain what love looks like. If love was conditional, inconsistent, earned through performance, mixed with criticism or emotional distance, then your brain learned love equals effort plus anxiety. So when someone shows up calmly, consistently, without games, your brain doesn't recognize it as love. It recognizes it as unfamiliar, and unfamiliar feels unsafe. So you might think, they're nice, but I don't feel the spark. Translation, they don't activate my old emotional wounds. Another reason your brain loves toxic patterns? Because they keep you busy. Healthy situations require you to be present with yourself. Toxic situations keep your attention focused outward. You're too busy, overthinking, analyzing, waiting, fixing, hoping, to sit alone with your own emotions. And for the brain, distraction feels like relief, even if the distraction hurts. Let's add a little humor here. Ever notice how toxic patterns turn grown adults into full-time philosophers? One unread message and suddenly you're like, is this the universe testing me? Maybe they're busy. Maybe I should send a casual hey, but not too casual. Okay, what if I wait exactly 37 minutes? Meanwhile, a healthy situation would be, hey. Conversation continues. No emotional gymnastics. And your brain goes, boring. No mystery. No chase. No suffering soundtrack. Your brain also loves toxic patterns because of identity. If you spent years being the fixer, the understanding one, the strong one, or the one who stays, walking away feels like losing who you are. Toxic patterns give you a role. Healthy patterns ask, who are you without the chaos? That question scares the brain. Here's something important most people don't realize. Breaking toxic patterns feels like grief, not because the pattern was good, but because it was familiar. Your brain mourns what you hoped it would become, the version of yourself you played in it, the fantasy that kept you going, and your brain hates endings without closure. So it tries to recreate the pattern again. Different person, same story. Now let's talk about self-blame. People say, why do I keep choosing this? But your brain didn't choose toxicity. It chose predictability. Predictable pain feels safer than unpredictable peace, because peace is quiet, and quiet makes old emotions louder. The good news? Your brain is not stuck like this forever, but you can't break toxic patterns by willpower alone. You break them by retraining familiarity, by staying in healthy situations long enough for your brain to stop panicking, by noticing when spark is actually anxiety, by learning that calm doesn't mean empty, it means regulated. Here's what healing actually looks like, and it's not glamorous. Healing looks like feeling bored and not running, feeling uncomfortable and not escaping, wanting chaos and choosing calm, missing someone who hurt you and not going back. Your brain will scream at first. It'll say, this feels wrong. This feels dull. This doesn't feel like love. But that's just withdrawal from emotional addiction. One last thing, and this is important. You don't fall for toxic patterns because you're weak. You fall for them because at some point, they kept you safe. They helped you survive something. And your brain remembered that. Now your job isn't to hate yourself for repeating the pattern. Your job is to gently teach your brain, we don't need this anymore. And that takes patience. So the next time you feel pulled towards something that hurts but feels familiar, pause. Ask yourself, is this love or is this my brain chasing what it already knows? Because once you see the pattern clearly, it starts losing its power. And that's where real change begins.